Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilakhyam Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Tribunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, I offer my humble obeisance, my humble pranam at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And I'm welcoming all of the viewers who are gathering with us today for the most auspicious Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. The Devi Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Today, as we go day by day, and India is enduring one of the most worst national tragedies, and the whole world is watching. Global citizens of India and people who are supporters, loving family members are worried to see the state of the Indian economy collapse, the Indian healthcare system overwhelmed, and the people of India suffering so much of grief. It's at this time that Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother, embodied in the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is empowering each and every one, the humanity itself, with His grace and blessings, with the supreme knowledge, the Akashic reading, and a newfound energy in order to tackle the challenges and the turmoils that life is bringing day by day, minute by minute, for so many people. Of course, over the last 1 year, since the beginning of this coronavirus pandemic, and the world has seen so many deaths, so many tragedies, and not only that, not only coronavirus, but an increase in the effects of global warming, the tragedies of political and social chaos and upheaval within society, and so many more different accidents, if you might call them that, or different upheavals, different riots that are happening as we see literally the world unfold and society break down. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working 24/7 to ensure that all of Kailasa services and contributions are able to be reached to the entire humanity, to every single person on planet Earth. I invite all of the new viewers who are watching today to explore the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can see literally day by day account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, his life and his work at nithyanandapedia.org. And just over the last 1 year, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has continuously been opening new levels of contribution services of Kailasa to the whole humanity, bringing the greater sciences of Hinduism to be benefited for each and every human being. Whether it is the Patni Vratam that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led humanity in March of 2020, just as we were seeing the whole globe go into lockdown, or even the Patni Vratam of this year, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism did for 35 days. That is an intense, prayerful fast, worshipping Mahamariamman, the Cosmic Mother, which ultimately climaxed in the Akashic reading of Devi Parashakti, having done 35 days of fast for humanity, only eating the raw foods and a strict diet as per the Samayapuram procedures. The Samayapuram Mahamariamman temple is an ancient temple in India, and the Mahamariamman temple there is the source of the Patni Vratam, a extremely intense fast that Devi herself partakes in when the humanity is in need. She takes part in a fast in order to bring about healing for the whole humanity. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had partaken in an intense fast for 35 days in March of this year, and it concluded with the beginning of Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. The intensity with which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself had started this fast manifested in Devi Parashakti herself, manifesting in his form and making herself available to the whole of humanity and healing humanity through numerous blessings, grace, through supreme knowledge and guidance in so many people's lives every step of the way. Devi Parashakti has literally healed so many people from coronavirus, has helped the people who are looking for jobs now and are searching as the unemployment rates across countries are skyrocketing, and is also helping the people who are desperate to find safety, to find relief in the intense turmoil that is ongoing in our surroundings. As the whole world is plunging into more and more deeper suffering, the Supreme Cosmic Mother, Devi Parashakti, is herself guiding by manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and every single day conducting the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism even says that the Devi Parashakti, she does not read Akashic reading, she doesn't read the future, but she literally sees what is there and manifests exactly what you want, create your future. If you want Devi Parashakti to be the co-creator of your reality, the divine feminine energy who literally births the entire universe to be a part of you birthing your new future, this is the program for you. Every single day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been making himself available so that Devi Parashakti can express herself through his form, through his words, through his divine energy and presence, and permeate through even the digital screens and even the farthest distances, and make whatever you want manifest into reality. The Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan, a unique program offered by Kailasa, that is been actively helping and uplifting, empowering people with the divine grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Devi Parashakti herself, and giving people newfound energy, infusing people with so much of energy, inspiration that they have lost through the ongoing pralaya, the ongoing destruction that has been happening across the world in so many different forms. Many of you are watching this live stream daily through lockdown, while being in lockdown, while seeing the world literally catch fire, not being able to recognize even the neighbors who you're living around, not being able to recognize the world as it once was. And if you are in a situation in your life where you're looking for the next breakthrough, you're searching for a break in the patterns of suffering, fear, being unable to manifest what you want into reality, then this is the program for you. The Devi Parashakti Akashic reading is a very beautiful program offered entirely free of cost through so many different platforms on social media by the Kailasa digital ecosystems, and it is a way for you to experience the Deeksha and Darshan of Devi Parashakti herself. Today in this program, we will be learning who is in fact Devi Parashakti and what are the powerful cognitions that she embodies. What are the cosmic principles which she embodies, represents, and makes manifest in your life? And how exactly can we manifest those powerful cognitions in our lives? How can we harness the divine knowledge of the divine feminine consciousness and manifest what we want in our life? And for those of us seeking more, seeking a breakthrough, this is the program where you can literally sit in the divine presence of the avatar as Devi Parashakti herself. The Devi Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan is what is awaiting, what each and every one of us is awaiting in a few hours. And you can ask your questions, request blessings in any of the social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And these four major social media platforms, you can ask your questions, request blessings to Devi Parashakti, and you will have the opportunity to have the grace of the divine cosmic mother herself in your life. And we have had so many people share in this very platform itself on the amount of breakthrough that Devi Parashakti has given, the amount of healing energy that she pours with just, even if she says your name and says Tathastu. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as he beautifully describes, Devi Parashakti is extreme simplicity, extreme compassion, as she always gives whatever she wants. And even if she is ferocious, if you just complete and you recognize the pattern which she is pointing inside of you, and you break that pattern, then you will manifest exactly what you want. Devi Parashakti herself will take care and bless you for whatever you want and manifesting the reality you want. This is the opportunity you have at your hands during this program. Today we'll also be understanding what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan. What does it mean? What will we experience? And what is the scientific background behind the Devi Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan? Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a very powerful, ancient method of connecting to the divine cosmic beings of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving this beautiful method of connecting to the cosmos, connecting to the divine gods and goddesses of Sanatana Hindu Dharma through the avatar, through the Nija avatar, and receiving their blessings, receiving their energy and guidance in our lives, and ultimately manifesting the super conscious breakthrough. As we are in this world today, as we are seeing countries come at war with each other once again, families torn apart because of misguidance and the just misunderstanding, and so many millions of people affected by coronavirus, people who are in power not playing the role of responsibility that they have, and ultimately completely disregarding the lives of so many millions of people. As we are seeing this reality manifest in front of us, we are pressed to a situation where we need a superconscious breakthrough. We need a strong, powerful force, a strong guide to help us manifest our higher reality. In fact, in the year 1978, the Avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, descended on planet Earth for this very purpose. And we can see over the years how exactly, for attending to the entire humanity today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked day in, day out for the last 27 years. And before that, been manifesting the purpose of his life, which is the revival of Kailasa. How this happened, the way that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been literally, spiritually guiding the whole universe during this pralaya, and also practically as a leader of so many millions of people, as just a down-to-earth, loving being. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been giving opportunities, literally, that is saving so many lives. How this is happening, how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is doing both, and spiritually and down to earth, down to the practical, tangible results. How he's doing this, we'll be also seeing today during the program as we go forward. Before we go further in today's program, we'll have a short break and get right back to you.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Paramashivoham.
Yes. So after that short break, we will be now entering into the introduction for the program. Let's first understand today's session and what will we cover? What is in store for us in the exciting program ahead of us? First of all, today we'll have an introduction to
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, sorry for that technical glitch. We just wanted to make sure that the slides are available for each and every one of you to understand as we are starting today's program. So let's understand first what today's session will cover and what we have in store. First of all, each and every one of you will have the proper introduction to the program. Let's cover the basics first, like what is exactly Bhava Samadhi Darshan, what happens during Bhava Samadhi Darshan, and in fact, for many of you, those of you who don't know, it is a science, it is a reproducible science that actually transfers the enlightenment energy. So how that works, we will be understanding and getting to know. Then further in the program, we will be able to witness, be a part of the demonstration of the extraordinary powers of third eye. And why we are doing this is ultimately to show the possibility of each and every human being as they are going to be initiated today. What you can be initiated into with immense blessings and the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting the Shaktis of Paramashiva. So we'll be able to witness the demonstration of the extraordinary powers of third eye, which is always an exciting thing to be a part of, no matter how many times you see, because always it is an amazing process to see, and ultimately being in the very presence of even someone who is manifesting the powers is such a powerful presence to be in, as that literally is Shakti Nipada. So the next thing after that, what we'll be doing is understanding who is Devi Parashakti and what are Akashic readings. Then we'll be understanding how we can benefit by attending and experiencing the Akashic reading session. And finally, we'll be having the most awaited darshan and diksha of Devi Parashakti, herself manifesting through the Nija Avatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. After the whole program, as after that, the Diksha and initiation, after having sat literally in the presence, the powerful presence of the Avatar, we will have an opportunity, a guided session to manifest the extraordinary powers of third eye. And it's just a matter of one initiation and you can start manifesting Shakti. So many people join in this guided session with a trained Acharya who has been the medium through which so many millions of people have connected to Swamiji, connected to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and started radiating those powers. Request the slides to be projected once again. Yes, so as we are going into the introduction to the program, let's first understand the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. What is Samadhi? Samadhi means one with the source, and Bhava means attitude or aspect. The Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. The next slide, please. The aspect or bhava you choose, through that bhava, being one with the source, samadhi, is bhava samadhi. Knowing this aspect or bhava is ultimate, adi, and being in oneness, sama, with that is bhava samadhi. The next slide. Bhava samadhi awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. Awakening of Kundalini Shakti results in extraordinary abilities expressing through us, like third eye awakening, ability to do remote vision, ability to scan anyone's body, levitation, teleportation, and materialization. And in fact, after the Bhava Samadhi Darshan that we'll be experiencing today, we will have an opportunity to start manifesting these very extraordinary powers. So how this actually benefits you, how this actually works on your system, is the influx of superconscious energy. One, visibly slows down the aging process, and second, improves the immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence and whole, and with so much of energy being infused into the system, the whole brain comes alive and turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform our lives. And it is a scientifically proven, demonstrated science that we're talking about here. That having the darshan or even a glimpse brings lasting transformation in us. it's cleansing lifetimes of karmas and raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. It's literally like hitting the reset button on your being. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is literally where we are mirroring the neurons of that of the avatar. And this is all substantiated in a phenomenon called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements of information of the avatar just by seeing, just by observing, just by doing what your eyes do. And that is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. Now let us understand the Akashic reading, the cosmic archive. Akashic reading is not a prediction. It is a reading from the cosmic archive. There is no such thing as past, present, and future as we know it. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. But in the Akashic record, there is no past, no present, and no future. And that is why we call it as what happened, happening, and yet to happen. And why each and every one of these are already clearly recorded. Now, before going into the rest of the program, let us understand a brief background that attempts to capture the contributions and recognition of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened beings and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, or the Pontiff of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvagnapeetham, the Tonde Mandala Adhinam. He is the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam. He is the present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, or Pontiff of the Kailashonnata Shamala Peetha Sarvagnapeetham, and present Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of the Mahanirvani Akhada, which is one of the largest apex and monastic orders of Hinduism. And if you may not know what each and every one of these bodies or kingdoms is, they are ancient indigenous kingdoms which are established by Paramashiva himself, which have ruled over the enlightened civilization thousands of years back, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is today reviving once again. The next slide, please. So in addition to what was already listed, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the head for all the spiritual leaders of the Atal Akhada, which is also an ancient epic body of Hinduism, and he is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Swarga Paran Adhinam. And above all, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is elected as the Supreme Pontiff by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders, pontiffs, great recognized and world-renowned Hindu leaders in 2015, when they all congregated and decided to elect him as the Supreme Pontiff, who would carry forward Hinduism to the whole world and ensure its revival of the enlightened civilization in the new day and age. The next. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the most prolific, read, and watched Hindu guru with with authoring over 300 books, 10,000 articles in 3 languages, including English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have then been translated into further 50 languages and have each 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies of the books and articles are sold, read, and downloaded, and over 10,000 hours of discourses are available on YouTube and other platforms and also being made more and more available across the digital ecosystems of Kailasa. Through each and every one of these mediums, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and he is respected as the commentator of all the sacred scriptures, including the Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, and the Jain Sutras. And if you do not already know, each and every one of these is available on YouTube, or you can go ahead and explore nithyanandapedia.org, your one stop for all of the different contributions, the different works, the immense work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And not only that, every single day Nithyanandapedia is being updated, is having new content uploaded in and sorted out into all of the different days. It is a day-by-day account of the entire public life and work contribution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The next slide, please. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is recognized as the leader of Hinduism and is the most internationally recognized Hindu leader. He is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudras and Rudrakanyas, Rishis and Rishikas, Bhairavas and Bhairavis, and Sannyasis. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of the Nithyananda Hindu University, which is the largest Hindu university in the world, with over 150 countries and with extended campuses in over 150 countries. And he has also established 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvagnapitas, and he is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million formally scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. Yes, so now we've come to a very exciting segment. Before we are going into this exciting segment, we'll have a short break and come back to you. We'll be right back with you.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is fasting. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But the Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam. So after that short break, hope you guys are all ready for this exciting manifesting extraordinary Shaktis segment. This is one of the most exciting, thrilling segments and sessions to be a part of. No matter how many times you are seeing the power demonstrations, it is always so beautiful, so wonderful to be able to sit in the presence of the Gurukul Balasans, who are Swamiji has literally initiated as his very own extensions, has blessed with these powers and has blessed in order to entangle all of us. Understand the process is actually starting now. I remember when the Adi Kailasa courtyard sessions began, all of us were sitting with Swamiji and with the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans, and simply Swamiji through the Balasans would entangle all of us to manifest extraordinary Shaktis. So this is literally a power demonstration of the extraordinary powers. So as you sit, watch, and see this demonstration, get ready to start feeling that extraordinary space, that Shakti Nipada, that feeling of deep oneness with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Devi Parashakti. So today, during this power demonstration, the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans, as well as the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will be demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all the experiences and the results of the extraordinary power manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through the Diksha initiation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Next slide, please. Yes, we're ready to go to the next slide. So let us first understand what are Shakti, what are these extraordinary powers. The source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the Agamas, and the various research scriptures of the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, it is detailed in the Agamas and different powers. The different powers. There are over 463 extraordinary Shaktis that are given in elaborate detail. Manifesting powers or Shaktis are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition of oneness with the fundamental cognition that you are divine and you need to manifest divine. It is not you are man and you need to reach divine. Okay. Now we can go to the next slide. So let's understand now first, what is the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis? This is a very fundamental contrast that we have to make in our understanding of Shaktis themselves so that they're able to manifest perfectly within us. First of all, Shaktis express from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. Meanwhile, Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. The Shaktis the source of each and every one of these Shaktis is Paramashiva himself. Paramashiva himself manifests as the ultimate reality and cause, as the effulgent Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time and space and causality, as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence. He performs the Panchakriya, or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, the sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, the rejuvenation, Prabhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace of all of the entities. The next slide, please. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the incarnation of Paramashiva, who was ordained as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva in 1994, after which he took up the responsibility as the reviver of the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It is where the science of enlightenment and powers, Shaktis, was lived and taught as a lifestyle. For the first time in the modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting them to the world at a record-breaking, never accomplished before rate. Before going further,
there are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism, subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign, manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great...
Welcome back, dear viewers. Next, we will introduce you to the avatar of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We just heard how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these ancient sciences. For the first time in the modern day, the Supreme Pontiff is reviving these great yogic sciences and transmitting it to a world at a record-breaking pace and the way it has never been accomplished before. Can we go to the next slide? Now, the knowledge and the science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed from one generation to the next through Diksha, initiation, by the enlightened gurus. Now, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as the incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of our manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga, Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, and Paramashiva Vijnana. Now, how do we awaken these Shaktis in us? Now, every ultimate truth, Jnana, mapped into your consciousness, Prajnana, manifests as possibilities and powers of every being, Prajnana. So every truth, Jnana, mapped into your consciousness, Prajna, manifests as possibilities and powers, Prajnana. The next slide. Let's now watch this video. I request the interview operator to please share the audio of the video as well.
फलमखण्डितम् अविरोधात् भवन्त्येव प्रासङ्गस्तु भुक्तयः. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi.
Paramashivoham.
We are apologizing for the technical glitch. We are restarting and replaying the video again.
Yastu bhuktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi Tasmat Sarva Prayatnena Guruna Dikshito Bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 8276.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Sincerely apologizing for the technical glitch. Now, we were sharing with you about the different ways that these extraordinary powers can be authenticated. So, the science of power manifestation is authenticated through the four aspects of evidences: the Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truths revealed in the scriptures; the Apta Pramana, the experiences and results of the Aptas, the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and the scientists who time tested and verified the science. Pramana, the experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has applied and started expressing these powers in the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific observances, the experimental empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Now, Vedagamas is a living applied science. Vedas are the ultimate, the superior authorities for Hindus. Vedas are the pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. The Vedas and Agamas, the Vedagamas, are given the status of as they are directly revealed by Paramashivoham. They are the ultimate eternal. These Shastras, as scriptures, is called as Shastra Pramana. The next slide. Now, let us get ready for a demonstration of the extraordinary powers of the third eye by the initiated disciples, the Balasons of the Nithyananda Gurukul, after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnation, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness.
Early but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
My love and respects. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Priya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations. Both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Priya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations. Both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like
Worldly, but definitive manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Priya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijakarnations, both. During the Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness and become eager to taste it, I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the cause of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is fasting. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara.
Yes, today we'll be witnessing the extraordinary demonstration of the power of third eye reading. And along with me here, I have an eye band. In front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind is a thick sponge. The eyes can comfortably fit inside. This is the ophthalmologist certified eye band used for people who have insomnia and have a hard time sleeping. And this is the eye band which we'll be placing on Ma Virija and Ma Kaladhara. So now I'll be placing the eye bands on both of them. Yes. So now you can see Ma Virija and Ma Kaladhara are completely blindfolded. Now all of you can start posting comments. You can start posting emojis on the YouTube live chat, and Ma Virija and Ma Kaladhara will be reading them out live in front of you. Yes. You can start posting emojis. Till then, Ma Kaladhara, Ma Virija, you can go ahead. Okay. So the latest comment on the YouTube channel is posted by Ek Nitya saying Nithyananda Ma Kaladhara and a Namaste emoji. Nithyananda. And then Ek Nitya again is posted Nithyananda all balsams and a Namaste emoji. And again she has posted a Om, a red flag, and 100 symbol and 100 emoji. Yeah. Yes. Amazing. All of you can continue posting different emojis, and Ma Kaladra and Ma Birja will be reading them out. Rasta Shiva has posted Om Om Om. Rasta Shiva Sakis posted Nithyananda Brazil Connectado Guru Parampara and a black color horse. Ek Nitya has posted a leaf with the wing kind of thing like that, and a snake rolled like going like that on a stick with a blue color 6 box put together in a circle shape, and a blue color arrow and 2 eyes. And Ek Nitya has again posted fire emoji. Amazing. All of you can continue posting various different emojis, and Ma Kaladra and Ma Virja will be reading them out. The NUS, as we're waiting for the new comments to come, we'll be reading the previous comments. So the one of the previous comments is from NUSRAAINASARI has posted a white plain box and a smiley emoji with has heart as the eye, and a laughing emoji with the star as the eyes, and a namaste emoji. And after I'm now will be reading the latest comment. So Ek Nitya has posted Nithyanandam very Balasan to see the demonstration. Marija, you can also continue reading. Yes. Splatoonity Congress Pro Shetis posted Nithyanandam to all beings. A namaste emoji, a hibiscus flower, and a Om emoji. The hibiscus is like the pink color. Yeah, pink color hibiscus. Amazing. Now all of you have witnessed the extraordinary Shakti of the power of third eye reading being manifested right in front of your eyes. And you will be witnessing many more extraordinary Shaktis and interesting Shaktis being manifested.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Yes, and with this, we will be concluding the power manifestation segment. And before that, I'll be removing Ma Kaladara's and Ma Virija's IBAN. And you can see that it's intact and it's completely the same as it was before. And you will be witnessing many other interesting and extraordinary Shaktis being manifested in the further Bhava Samadhi Darshan introduction and preparation. And now we will be having many more interesting segments after a short break. We thank all of you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the upcoming segments after a short break. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is fasting. Understand? Priya Pada of Vedas and Agamas, Allah explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you,
See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like rock, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam. Welcome back, dear viewers. And today, as you all had just witnessed an exciting, a beautiful demonstration of extraordinary Shaktis by the Balasins of Nithyananda Gurukul. It's so nice to see so many of you commenting and so many of you sharing with us here on YouTube. We have Ek Nitya, we have Splaternity, who is saying Nithyanandam to all beings. Extraordinary, beautiful third eye reading, blindfolded. Wow. We have Radhika Kandhaya, who is saying, please bless us with abundant wealth. You're just in the right place, Ma. And yes, do not worry. You're here at the right place in the right time, and you will be bestowed with all auspiciousness and abundance just by this darshan of Devi Parashakti.
Actually, we have Rasta Shiva, Christine Sylvia, Nusralal Ansari, and Muni Badhar, the Poet Lounge, Edson Monterio. We welcome all of you for today's wonderful, divine, powerful Parashakti Akashic reading. It's so delightful to welcome all of you for this. Now, what is happening today is Akashic reading. Akashic reading is literally reading the records, the cosmic archives. So what are these Akashic records? Akashic records are records created in space. So understand, whatever has happened in time is stored there as a file. Nothing can be destroyed. Please understand, none of your actions, words or emotions or any plans, thoughts, none of these can be destroyed. Akashic records are the cosmic archives of everything that has happened, happening, and will happen.
So Akashic records are verbal, visual, 5-dimensional document. Whatever is happening is continuously getting recorded. All the information that you collected from all of your births is stored in your DNA. And do you know, you can access some of them just to understand and not to waste the time doing the same actions again and again and again. The biomemory that was stored in your body when you were in the body of a fish or in another animal or another birth still exists in you, and it is under your control, meaning you can access it to know what happened in the past. Now, how does this Akashic reading exactly happen? What exactly is Akashic reading? Then is it a prediction? Does it mean that it can only predict to you what is going to happen in the future? Or what exactly is Akashic reading? Please understand, Akashic reading is not a prediction from the cosmic. It's not a prediction. It is reading from the cosmic archives. Listen, there's no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond space, after in the dimension of space, there you do not have past, you do not have present, you do not have future. Creation happens and destruction happens simultaneously. It is only in the dimension called time. There are 5 dimensions, right? Length, breadth, depth, time, and space. So in the dimension of space, there is no past, no present, and no future. Only in the dimension called time starts past, present, and future. That is why Akashic records, which are stored in space, do not have anything called past, present, future. Everything that has happened, is happening, and yet to happen is stored in the cosmic archives.
And in somebody's own words, nobody has a right to comment on any of these readings. Nobody has a right to manipulate these readings. Nobody has the right to interpret or comment on any of these readings because they are completely under themselves for anybody to live in tune with the cosmos. Jivan Mukti, the living enlightenment, does not need any special practice other than just listening to these great truths, great readings again and again. When you listen to these great readings, naturally your negative logic is penetrated, broken, and these great truths settle in your inner space and make you live enlightenment. Actually, today what's going to be happening is a huge blessing for all of us because understand it's only the avatar that can decode these Akashic readings. An avatar of Paramashivoham, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who has graced humanity with his blessings and darshan in the form of Parashakti. He is going to be revealing the answers to all the questions, the earning of the seekers, as solutions, breakthroughs, and liberating humanity from pain and suffering. Any answer given by the Parashakti is not just an answer, but a karmic breakthrough to the receiver. So we have a Shastra Pramana for this reference to this Akashic reading.
It is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, the 61st Dharana, the 84th Sutra. Akasham vimalam pashyan kritva drishtim nirantaram sabdhatma tatshana devi bhairavam vapurapnuyat. Looking at the spotless infinite etheric space, Akasha beyond the sky and the clouds, one should fix one's gaze from the third eye without blinking kanti and make the body and the inner space steady and motionless. That very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and the powers of the space, Bhairava.
So glad to see more and more people interacting with us in the comment section. We're seeing a lot of you posting the comments and a lot of you interacting with us through this comment section. If you're wondering which comments we're talking about, please tune into the YouTube channel, Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. So you can come there and you can also interact with us.
Now, what is the Apta Pramana? What's the earliest reference of this extraordinary Shakti being manifested by people? Now, in the Mahabharata, which is a Hindu Purana, it narrates the story of how sage Maitreya reveals the secrets of the past life of Vidura to Vidura. Sage Maitreya accesses the Akashic records, the cosmic archives, and he reveals to Vidura that Vidura was not an ordinary man, but in fact he was an incarnation of Yama, the Lord of Death. He was to play a role of a so-called Shudra for 100 years as being cursed by Mandukya Muni. And this is an excerpt from the 15th chapter, which beautifully reveals this happening. Now, who can access these Akashic records? Please understand, only an avatar who is the very embodiment of completion, who is established in that space of Akasha. Only an avatar can enable this extraordinary science out of his utmost compassion to others. And it is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in this sacred science available to each and every one of us. An avatar can initiate and transmit and enable others to also manifest his powers. But
just like how a lit lamp lights another lamp, the avatar can transmit his spiritual energy to the other person, to all of us, through the process of Diksha.
But even though this power can be transmitted, there are initiated balasans who are manifesting this. Only an avatar can edit, upgrade, and change the Akashic records based on the prayer request of the devotee. Now, these extraordinary sciences, what can you benefit from them?
actually the most accurate and unbiased answer to any question about your life, destiny, or purpose, and every day, any part of your life. Be spiritually healed of physical, emotional problems with just a look or just a word from Parashakti. And you will also be able to understand the reasons behind your life's happening. And you'll also be able to receive the blessings to fulfill your right desires, creating a clarity to redesign your. See, it's a huge blessing to have the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings revealed for you. And today we are going to be having this Parashakti Akashic reading happening to us. And actually that's something good. Now I would like to ask all of you who are watching us live right now, how do you feel about having Parashakti's Akashic reading live for all of you, where the Cosmic Mother herself is coming down just for her children? How do you feel about this? Please do take a moment and leave a comment for us so that we can read from Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel.
You all can go ahead and share with us. How does it make you feel to be here? See, this great science, this profound science called Akashic reading, out of the compassion, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is making this available. Now, who is Devi Parashakti? And how does she, accessing through the embodied form as a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how is the best way that we can relate with her? And what are the benefits? Who is the Cosmic Mother? Let us learn about Devi Parashakti and let us enter into the next segment just after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities, in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations. Both. During the Bhavasama darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. All consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Welcome back after the short break. Now, there's a very beautiful dhyana shloka as we enter into connecting to Devi Parashakti. The Saundarya Lahari, the composition from Sri Adi Shankaracharya, beautifully describes Devi as Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलस्पण्डितुमपि अतस्त्वाम् आराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणतुं स्तोतुं वा कथमकृतपुण्यः प्रभवति. Lord Shiva only becomes able to do creation in this world along with Shakti. Without her, even an inch he cannot move. And so, how can we? How can one who does not do good deeds or one who does not sing your praise become adequate to worship you, O Goddess mine, who is worshipped by the Trinity? Such a profound chanting. There's another chant also that beautifully describes Devi Parashakti. भवानी त्वं दासे मयि वितर दृष्टिं सकरुणम् इति स्तोतुं वचन् खाद्यति भवानी त्वं इति यः तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशै निज सायुज्य पादविं मुकुन्द ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मकुट निरजित पदम्. If anyone has a wish in his mind to pray, you Bhavani, my mother, please shower on me a part of your merciful look. Even before he says you Bhavani, you my goddess will give him the water falling from the crowns of Vishnu, Rudra, Brahma at your feet and grant the eternal life in your world. Devi Parashakti, the ultimate, pure, feminine consciousness. All the great things can start only with Mother. Bhuvaneshwari is the cosmic mother. It's her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. She is the source of the Big Bang and black hole. She is the source of all of us. Understand, we all came from Parashakti. We'll stay in Parashakti. We all go back to Parashakti. We are all literally waves in the ocean called Parashakti. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, from which all of us can even know, in which all of us are, in which all of us are going to merge. It's like wave starts in the ocean, stays in the ocean, raises in the ocean, and falls into the ocean. We all start from Parashakti, stay in Parashakti, raise in Parashakti, drop in Parashakti, merge in Parashakti. Parashakti is a source. She is a sacred feminine, the consciousness, the main deity of the divine feminine, the divine mother worship. She is the consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, the Lord of the supreme consciousness. Parashakti is the embodiment of Tyaga. Now, Parashakti connecting to the Divine Mother. This is one of the unique contribution to the spiritual consciousness from the Vedic traditions, the whole sacred feminine worship. Even if everything from what Vedic tradition gave is lost, then just one vision is there. This one thing is enough to revive all the lost sampradayas of Hinduism back. Because this one word, this is a seed. Mother worship is the seed which the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma is rooted. Now, let us see what are the revelations of Devi Parashakti and how each and every revelation of her, the Akashic records, the Akashic readings, each of them have become a powerful reality in everybody's lives. Now, We have many Akashic readings in the recent past, especially where Devi Parashakti has revealed a lot about what is yet to unfold for the humanity. Out of her extreme compassion, Devi Parashakti has been revealing and lovingly and with extreme care, warning the humanity of what is yet to unfold. So now in this segment, we're going to be seeing some of these extraordinary Parashakti along with statistical, scientific backing of how each and every one of them have become a reality.
Actually, it's so powerful. See, like many times many times we have seen how whatever Parashakti says is going to be happening in reality. But when you are able to see that mapping the things, for example, I'm very sure you might have come across this where you saw that when Parashakti actually warned, I think weeks ago, that soon the Ganga is going to be filled with dead bodies, people who die because of COVID-19, and the dogs will eat those dead bodies and they will get COVID-19 and they'll die. And the poor people who are homeless, who don't have any food, any other thing, they eat that that dog meat and they get infected with that virus. And this will be like a vicious cycle that goes on. All of us might be aware how we had actually shared it in previous few days, how this exact thing has already started happening. Just, I think, in 2 days after Devi had revealed, it was 400 dead bodies. Hundreds of dead bodies were found floating in Ganga, and all of them, at least majority of them, infected with COVID-19.
Actually, we are going to show you all the statistics, all scientific backings, everything about this revelation from Devi Parashakti. And as we are moving into that segment, I request all those who are watching us on YouTube. We have Edson Monterio, Bhakti Todi, and Narasimha M, and Tung Lam NG, Rasta Shandaya, and Nusra Al Ansari. We have so many of you who have joined us, so many of you who are watching us, and so many of you who are excitedly being part of this beautiful segment. Please go ahead and share with us, what do you enjoy the most in Devi Parashakti's Akashic reading? What really takes you by that pleasant surprise or pleasant joy when you just listen to? So we request everybody here to go ahead and share. You all can go ahead to the comments and share.
How is it? How are all of you enjoying? I'm seeing a lot of hearts and seeing a lot of people saying blessed. So many of you are actually participating. It's so exciting to see the participation. Actually, all of you coming, interacting with us given at any point of the day, because all that we want is we all are here waiting to see Swamiji, waiting to have his darshan, waiting to enjoy Swamiji. So it's so beautiful to have all of your comments when you come and you interact with us, especially coming on the YouTube channel and interacting with us. It's really exciting to see that. And now we have, before we enter into the sharings about the statistical evidences for each of these things that we are waiting to share with us, we have a very interesting sharing from a doctor, Dr. Peter Bloomfield. And for this segment, joining with us, we have Ma Jnanatma Swami, who is going to be taking us further into his very exciting sharing, how the divine Leela that he had experienced, Parashakti, playing in his life. Nithyananda Jnanatma Swami.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. The Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness are
otherworldly definitive sign manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only.
With my love and respect, let you all open all your three eyes.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Welcome back, dear viewers. We just heard about Devi Parashakti's Akashic reading. And during the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, Devi Parashakti has repeatedly given so many revelations about how it is time for us to protect during the COVID pandemic. And she herself has given a boon, blessing, so many times, and protect ourselves from the COVID pandemic that's happening all over the world, especially in India. And very recently, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the satsangs, in the Nitya satsang that happens every morning India time, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has shared how the Supreme Pontiff through Kailasa is rushing its aid to India, opening up all the centers, monasteries, adinams, where we could offer multi-layer quarantine, so that anybody could come and save themselves. Literally, as you can see, India is dying and media is lying. The numbers that are quoted in the media are extremely low to the number of dead bodies that are going to the crematorium, or the thick layer of dead bodies on Ganga, and everywhere, so many people dying everywhere in every nook and corner of India. India is dying and media is lying. It is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who has made us aware of the real situation in India and how we can protect ourselves from this pandemic, not just in India, all over South Asia. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, because of its extreme compassion and love for humanity, through Kailasa, has opened all the doors of the monastery, adinams, where we could very comfortably provide this multi-layer quarantine. And today we have joining us to share more about the COVID care that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is providing to humanity. We have joining with us Dr. Peter Bloomfield to share his thoughts. Nithyanandam Peter?
Nithyanandam, ma'am.
Nithyanandam, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's Sunday afternoon in the US, and thank you so much for joining us to share your thoughts, your opinions, and your experiences with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The first thing that I would like you to share is, how is the COVID situation in US? As a doctor, I know you're an emergency doctor in the US. How is the COVID situation in the US currently?
So I work in Los Angeles, and it's really right now very much under control. Means on most shifts you don't even see a COVID patient anymore. They're very rare, and most hospitals that were full of COVID patients 5-6 months ago, they may have a few, but very, very few. So the situation is just greatly improved in the US. It's a combination of, we had really bad waves in the fall, and then we had in the kind of early summer, we had high waves, and a lot of people got natural immunity, and then they've been vaccinating really intensively. So right now there's just very good immunity between the two. So everything feels very under control in the US, unless something changes markedly or some new variant comes that would be really different from what has been there so far. Things are very, very under control.
Wow, that's so nice to hear. And you are hearing about the situation that's going on in India and how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been opening up the doors of the monastery in India with thousands and thousands dying everywhere all over the country. And I'm sure you have seen the news articles and what Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done to open up the doors, and about the multi-layer quarantine the Supreme Pontiff is providing. So what are your thoughts on that, Peter?
So I have a few thoughts of it. One thing, I've been following the situation in India pretty closely, both through media and of course through the Arulvak. You get a very powerful perspective on what's going on in India, because Devi Parashakti will say things about what's going on in the spiritual context behind it. And then through local people in the that are working in the hospitals in India that I'm in touch with as well. Actually went to have a master's in public health, and I trained in epidemiology. So I've been following the pandemic from that perspective. There's so many layers to this pandemic. And I recently just gave like a small talk to the residents that I teach about what's going on in India right now. So the situation in India was really surprising in that it was not very much affected by COVID. And if you looked at the rates up until February, March, it was 10,000 new cases a day and a very small number of deaths. The number of deaths in India was like a little over 100,000 recorded deaths. At the same time, the US was over 500,000. So yeah. India, of course, is 4 times as big by population. But then suddenly you had this massive explosion in April and May. It went up to 400,000 new cases a day, 4,000 cases a day reported. Now, Swamiji or Arulvak is stating, and in satsangs it's being said that these numbers are not capturing the actual numbers. And surely that's the case in that the health system is not universal throughout India, and there's various ways that the numbers can be misrepresenting the actual situation. But we can say something dramatic happened and it became very bad. And Swamiji was wise to keep the ashrams, and so that none of the monks, no one living in the ashrams has been affected. So what he's doing now is really remarkable in that he's putting everything to make the quarantine. He's putting this pristine COVID-free environment. In a sense, I know he's going to take precautions and all that, but he's opening up in a way that he has to be very protective to prevent it from coming in, right? So that itself is a big risk. And then, of course, providing the resources to house and clothe as needed, or give medical care and all the needs provided to these people is a huge undertaking. So if you look at what's happening right now in India, officially, the reports are that the cases are falling significantly. And the people that I'm talking to are saying that they're seeing less right now. But I guess there's another wave predicted as per Swamiji and as per Urulvak in the next few months that could be, really massive. So I think Swamiji doesn't do things without a very compelling reason, both pragmatic and metaphysical. So him opening up these adinams is a huge, huge, huge boon, and it's a huge undertaking. So I would surely say to anyone who's considering, there's no better place to be anyway, COVID or no COVID. I always love to be in Adi Kailas, no? So I would jump at the opportunity and go and stay in that environment under any circumstance. In this circumstance, even more so.
Absolutely. And one of the things I've been hearing, from the ground with people living there is that these COVID cases are drastically increasing. The hospitals are completely out of bed, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the day of Nithyananda Purnima shared in the satsang that just to find one hospital bed for one of the monastic disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was extremely hard, because all the hospitals are overflowing. There are very less oxygen cylinders available. People are struggling without oxygen and ended up dying. And we also presented some time back statistics by Dr. Subramaniam Swami, which says, who's a very renowned advocate in India, actually presented how the number of crematoriums, the deaths that are happening in the crematoriums, the count from the crematoriums is 10 times higher than the official counts of deaths that's happening in India. So very clearly we can see that the actual number of bodies being cremated every day, being burnt every day, is exponentially more than what is being reported in the media. So definitely people are kept in blind and not understanding the gravity of the situation, and they are continuing to go. And we heard from one of the devotees who had come to our ashram in Bangalore. He said that people are going to clothes shops, they're going to jewelry shops, and they want to make things look normal, and more people are getting affected. The country is not under lockdown, people are going out for all sorts of things, and the situation is going out of hands. And the only way that the Supreme Pontiff has said is the multi-layer quarantine. So what are your thoughts about the multi-layer quarantine, which definitely is not possible in our own homes, because we have to go out to buy something or the other, and the ashrams and such places can only be the place where such layer of a multi-layer quarantine can be provided. And what is your thoughts on that, Peter?
So I have a few thoughts related to that, and also related to what you were saying. In the US, the number of people that are younger that died of COVID was very low. And it was mostly older people or people with serious infirmity. What they've been seeing in India is more young, healthy people, which is very, very different from what we saw in the US. And with the perhaps discrepancies in reporting numbers, we can't even quantify it. But surely we're hearing of young, healthy people in need of beds, in need of ventilators, in need of oxygen in various forms. So that's a distinction. The other thing that is really remarkable, you see in the media, people talk black fungus, yellow fungus, white fungus. And part of me wants to say, oh, this is a sensationalism, because that's prominent in the media. But then actually, the black fungus particularly is mucormycosis, very rare. And it's just a devastating infection. Every emergency doctor knows if you see it, you have to jump on it really fast, and the person's going to end up with a lot of disfigurement to their face or some really, really bad effects if they even survive. And there's like 11,000 reported cases in people who had COVID in India, which is worlds apart from anywhere else in the world. Like that's not been reported anywhere else in the world. So it really, when in Arulvak, Devi will say that things that are happening in India are specific to the karma and the negativity of India, or things to that effect. And what I can say is, epidemiologically, medically, scientifically, what we're seeing is really atypical for what's been going on elsewhere, and it lines up with the messages that are coming through the Arulvak. So that's one thing. So effectively, whatever people faced in the US when they had COVID, it may be different than what people are facing in India right now, or maybe even earlier in India wasn't in as severe form as it is now. So that sort of supports the idea of people wanting to get into this real multi-layer quarantine. And then specifically to that, even in the US, most people that got COVID, they didn't know how they got it, or at least a significant number had no idea how they got it. And they were, wearing this mask, staying this far away, following the CDC criteria. They only went to the grocery store and all that. Many people who got it, they have no idea how they got it. Even some people maybe were loose with the recommendations, and then they're like, okay, I got it, what to do. But there was a big chunk that were very serious about it, and they have no idea how they got it. So the only way, if you really want to be sure you're not going to get it, is to be in a place that has been multi-layer quarantine. And just for the many reasons Swamiji said, it's really hard to replicate anything like that in the US. For example, I have an apartment. What could I do? Have my whole apartment building decide no one's going to go out, right? And then draw a chalk line outside the building and say no one can cross this line, and send one person from the building out. No, nothing like that will happen. Nothing like that will work. So just walking out your door, you'll cross someone's path, and you could get infected and all that. So I think if people are very serious about quarantine, the type of thing that Swamiji is doing is definitely going to be worlds ahead of anything you can get outside of a situation like that.
So beautifully expressed, Peter. And one more aspect is, one side, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is opening up the doors of all the monasteries, temples, adhinams, wherever we could provide multi-layer quarantine. And we should not forget the fact that it was in these same monasteries, adhinams, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was so ruthlessly, brutally attacked. So many assassination attempts. in the main headquarters in Bangalore, inside the residence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. He was locked inside, and the whole heart, the residence was burnt, and it was live telecasted on a national television channel. And I'm sure you're aware of so many attacks and persecutions that happened. And how does it make you feel that right now, I know one side, even he wasn't allowed to be in his own country, and his preaching rights and human rights, everything was violated. Character assassination, media hate speech, and physical assassination attempts, hundreds of false cases, every media channel calling him a rapist and a raper, fugitive and, rape accused and whatnot. And on the other side, when the human beings in India, when the Indians are not even aware of the danger that is right in front of them, and India is dying and the media is lying, at that time, it is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who is rushing its aid to India, opening up the doors of his own monastery from where he was forced to leave. How does it make you feel, Peter?
It just speaks to the nature of his being, the nature of his character, and the nature of what he's bringing to this earth, to Bhuloka, right? The beings that come here from interdimensionally, from higher dimensions of greater oneness in service, their life is in service, their life is in caring, and their life is in loving. And then this place is not ready to receive that, so then they'll get attacked, they'll be misunderstood and all that, or understood and attacked because they're understood. By people who want to keep things in a lower state of consciousness here, right? But the nature of such beings is just to continue to give and to continue to serve and to continue to be a source of nourishment and protection and loving and caring and protection. And nothing that can be done to Swamiji, nothing that can be done to a being of that character, a being of that strength of oneness and strength of consciousness, nothing can change the inner space of service and loving and compassion. So it really speaks to, yeah, you're right. He himself cannot go to his ashrams, right? He built them, they were donated to him, or they were given by his devotees, or some way or another came into the care of his service, of his mission all over India. He can't go there. He can't have the food that is from there. He can't have anything from there. He can't have the protection and safety from there. Even when he was in there, they went in there and tried to, assassinate him, all that. So he's not even able to be there, and yet he wants to make sure that anyone who wants to be there, who's willing at the minimum to abide with environment, anyone can come there and be safe and protected. So, it's not a tit. The world is tit for tat. The Bhuloka, the mundane world is tit for tat. You give me this, I give you that back. Swamiji's world is, I just give, and then you can take away, then I'll get something else, and then I'll give that, right? And it's very inspiring for people who are seeking to step into the space of higher consciousness. You see a being, he keeps getting whatever he's given, he just gives it. Whatever he's given, someone takes it away, he gets something else, and he gives that. So that's really what he's doing in this case. You can imagine the amount of effort that'll be from all his disciples, all his monks, all his sannyasis, everyone maintaining the ashram. So much effort will be there to try and maintain people, to maintain the adinam environment, the monastic environment. And then, of course, just to provide the resources, all that. And only the monks will be at risk, or the sannyasis and the administrators of the adinams that are going to be receiving the food and all that and interfacing with the outside world. So he's huge, and he himself will be putting a huge amount of effort to direct the whole thing and monitor the whole thing in various ways. So it's a huge undertaking, and you can't expect him to get positive press for this, because he won't get positive press for anything. He won't get anything other than the beings that he is aligned with and the beings that are working with him. It is their nature to be that way, and he's integrated to them. So he may not get anything from this level, but that nature is its own reward. No? Being that being, both for him and for anyone who can be integrated with Swamiji, is the whole purpose of existence, to step into that and not get shaken from that, no matter what is happening around you. So to me, it's just a really powerful testimony to what the mission is how it's really embodying the mission of Paramashiva in this transition time.
Absolutely, so beautifully said, Peter. And I really like what you said, whatever they do to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, nothing can change who he is. His nature is to give, give, and give, and nothing can change. Even if he's attacked, he continues to give. Even if he is driven away from his own monastery, from his own country, he continues to serve. He continues to give to people, because that is who the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is. So beautifully shared, Peter. And finally, to ask you, I know you have been a constant supporter of Kailasa, supported in so many different ways. You're supported through your treasure by becoming a serving Abhita Yajaman, and now on your way to becoming a serving Abhita Karta as well. And what is it that inspired you to contribute to Kailasa?
It's just, there's no other game in town, It's really how to say this? I'll say I'm actually a karta now. So
wow.
It's official. And it was not an easy decision, in the sense that in the Western world and in much of the world, we get our sense of safety and security from having wealth in hand, right? If something happens, it's okay. I can run away with my money and I'll be okay, right? And it's similar to how Swamiji is acting in our efforts to be integrated to the energy that he's coming from. Is to say, whatever comes through me, let me make it available to others, no? And let me just always choose to be integrated to the vision that Swamiji is having, both for myself and for the world, rather than the vision that I can see from my small self. And I'll be candid and honest and raw and authentic. It's not easy to make that transition. And there are parts of our beings, until we become, enlightened and all that, there are parts of our beings that want to hold everything in our small vision with our small hands and our small body, just to make sure that we're okay. And to go beyond that and say, just by being with Swamiji, just by being integrated with Swamiji, just by having that feeling connection with Swamiji, I'm already okay. And why invest in, why invest in a stock, or why invest in a Bitcoin, which can drop? When you invest in Guru, it cannot drop. that
so beautiful.
When you invest in your feeling connection, it cannot drop. It'll only go up, and it'll go up in this lifetime. It'll go up in, next lifetime. It'll go up in all the other dimensions in which we may take form and take existence. It's just always there. So, the first time I did Yajaman, right? SJP Yajaman was I was taking a leap because I was trying to heal some big things, and I knew with Swamiji lining up with him, I'm more likely to heal it. And then I was not someone who had like that money sitting around kind of thing. So it affected me in a big way financially. Then suddenly a few years later, then by the grace of Guru and all that happens with the shifts in consciousness around Yajaman, suddenly I'm in a space where I can give karta. I may or may not feel like I totally want to give it, but I can do it, right? And of course that's a discussion that goes on inside, and it goes on with various forms of Paramashiva in various ways. But ultimately is the powerful space is just to say, this there's no better use for my resources than in service to consciousness of humanity. And
wow.
if I trust in God, and if I trust in Guru, and I know that Guru is God, then where else would I want my resources to go? See, I don't have to worry about this thing or that thing going my way going forward, because I know I'm all in with Guru. That means Guru is all in with me. Then I'm okay, world is okay, cosmos is okay. Everything just lines up. And it's like going into a much bigger game. It's much more on multiple levels. So that's sort of the space from which I ended up doing it. And to anyone considering such things, it may not be like, oh, I have this money now, and naturally I should just give it. It may not feel like the most natural thing in the world. But there's a higher intelligence inside of us that knows by doing this, it'll serve us, it'll serve the world, and then it'll serve to clear us of incompletions around wealth and anything that's desiring, make us go from Kubera consciousness of hold wealth and hoard it to like Lakshmi consciousness of let it flow out and then let it flow back in, and this step into that flow of abundance.
So beautifully shared, Peter. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing with us today. And thank you so much. Dear viewers, we are now moving on to the next segment of today's program after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I miss in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you.
You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.